Hey gamers, Gecko here. The Ark World Tour Finals is fast approaching, just being over 2 weeks away. We're soon going to be able to finally start talking about it in days left instead of weeks or months. Very excited for that moment. But Arxists have slowly been ramping up things that are semi-related to the Ark World Tour, generally giving out small bits of news about different games, as well as just posting different things all over. So I thought today we should go over what I believe is going to be shown at the Ark World Tour, what my general predictions are, and what I think isn't going to be shown. I'll also be talking about a couple of small things in between, so stick around for that. Let's start with the big one that I've already been preaching for a very long time, and I am almost 100% certain is going to happen. There will be 2.0 news. There basically has to be at this point. The likelihood is, on the Sunday after the Guilty Gear Strive Finals, we're going to be getting a big trailer that's got something to do with 2.0 and the character that comes alongside it. This is probably the easiest bet known to mankind. It's like betting on a roulette table after you see the result. There's not really anything that's going to be left up to ambiguity with this. There has been a small little bit of news, though, around 2.0. Well, okay, not specifically around 2.0, but around Arc System Works in general. They actually started hiring. They put out a job posting on their PR Twitter earlier today, and it specifically mentions Guilty Gear Strive. Now, if you remember back when 2.0 was announced, Ken Miyauchi, the lead producer, did an interview where he basically hedged his bets, saying that if the project does well, then Strive is going to continue for the foreseeable future. However, maybe that sentiment has changed inside Arc System Works, as if they're hiring for people to work on Guilty Gear Strive, then that would assume that they're going to be making more post-launch content, sort of regardless of the result of 2.0. So we can probably expect continued development of Guilty Gear Strive after 2.0 is released, which is good for me. I get to keep my job. Alongside that, we should probably be hearing something from Undernight. When the previous character was shown for Undernight In-Birth at Evo Vegas, the developers said that they were working on something else for Undernight, and they were going to continue development of the game. It's been quite a while since then, so I imagine that whatever they have decided to do with the game, be it a new DLC character or a big balance patch, is probably going to be revealed after the Undernight tournament is done. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be. I'm not quite as locked in with uni news like I am with Guilty Gear, so if you have any idea what it might be, please let me know in the comment section down below. Alongside that, I am pretty sure that we're going to get some kind of Tokon news now. Marvel Tokon has started ramping up talking to fans about different things. There's going to be a Marvel Tokon demo at the Ark World Tour. It has been promoted on the main Twitter account. They even released a video going over the differences in the new beta that a couple people are going to get to play. We're going to be watching that over on my Twitch, as well as talking about a couple of the other things that Tokon is doing. And we're live right now doing that. We're going to be playing the new Ultra Kill chapter afterwards as well, because I really want to play it. So come on down, it's going to be a good time. But I think all of this news in such a short span of time, as well as there being not that long of a distance between now and the release of Tokon, means that we're going to get some kind of news at the Ark World Tour. The ideal news for me would be a new set of characters and the announcement of an open beta, so everyone actually gets to try out the changes. However, if I was to genuinely be putting money on it, I would just put money on an open beta. Maybe even just another closed beta. A way for the public to play the game. That's kind of what I'm predicting. It would feel rather silly of them to not have their new big game at the event in some way, shape, or form. So I imagine that Tokon is going to show up in some form. When would it show up? I'm not entirely sure. The only place I could really imagine it fitting in neatly alongside everything else would be after the Last Chance qualifiers, but I'm not 100% sure. It could go basically anywhere. Maybe it goes before the Strive Finals and after the Granblue ones. Maybe it comes after the Last Chance qualifiers. Who knows? I expect to see it somewhere in the event, though. It would be very silly of them not to show it. Now we get on to a couple more of the Vega predictions. While all of those I am pretty certain will happen, from here on out it's either mixed bag or very unlikely. And while I'm not 100% certain on this one, I will be saying that I think we are going to get some kind of Granblue news. Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising just finished its second season, and when the previous season finished, they immediately announced that a second season was in development and in the works. A couple of Granblue players have been a little bit cautious, and a little bit worried, since there's no announcement on if the game's going to be continuing from this point onwards. However, I imagine that Granblue hasn't fully run its course, at least not yet. The original Granblue lasted for 2 seasons, and then Rising came out, but Rising did way better than the original Granblue did. Like, way, way better. I highly doubt they're going to end development on the game when it's been so well accepted by the community that has fostered around it. So I highly expect we're going to get some kind of 3rd season for Granblue. I think that is leaving everyone in the dark and on ice a little bit so that they can really drum up the excitement when it's time to reveal it all. But what I don't think is going to make an appearance is Dragon Ball FighterZ. We're in a very strange timeline right now. Like a really, really weird one. Dragon Ball FighterZ seemingly came back from the dead at EVO France with a big new balance patch, as well as the announcement of a new character. SSJ4 Goku from Daima, I think that's who it is. It's another Goku. Another Goku's coming. And while they announced the character, they didn't reveal anything. But alongside that announcement, they did say that there was going to be a new Masters Showdown tournament for the best of the best Dragon Ball players to compete in. Now, while Arc System Works does work on Dragon Ball FighterZ, I highly doubt that they're going to be the ones to show this character at the Ark World Tour. FighterZ has no presence at the Ark World Tour currently. It has its own esports ecosystem, so the likelihood is you're going to have to wait until April in order to see the new Dragon Ball character. It just makes too much sense. Sorry, Dragon Ball fans, but let's be honest, you probably weren't expecting to see this at the Ark World Tour anyway. I don't think this is a massive loss. But there is something that's had a couple of rumors floating around about it. A couple of things bubbling up around the fan base. Happy birthday, Ragnar the Blood Edge. Ooh. If you don't know, BlazBlue Central Fiction is going to be one of the games that is on showcase at the Ark World Tour. You're going to be able to play CF in the venue. Dude, fuck yes. This, alongside the success of Entropy Effect, has led a couple people to ask a question. Is BlazBlue coming back? And I want to answer with a definitive... On the one hand, BlazBlue has actually been doing relatively well for itself, especially considering the situation that it's in. Entropy Effect sold better than basically all of the fighting games that came out under the BlazBlue name. We haven't gotten any sales data or anything like that for Entropy Effect X, but if my metrics are anything to go off of, Entropy Effect X seemed to be doing relatively well. Until yesterday. We don't worry about it, the thumbnail shit. And there's very obviously still a lot of love for BlazBlue. So could it be making a return in some way? I personally don't think we're going to be getting a full new BlazBlue fighting game. It just doesn't really make sense. Marvel Tokon's coming out in August of this year. Strive 2.0 is probably going to be coming out before that. They'd just be flooding their own market by also announcing a new BlazBlue game that's coming out. It would be sick. It would be cool. But I highly doubt we're going to get a full new BlazBlue fighting game. Not to mention Ken Miyauchi in an interview talking about Guilty Gear Strive had the question of BlazBlue coming up, and he said that ArcSys wants to make sure they get permission from the original producer, Mori, before they do anything BlazBlue related, like adding a character to Strive or making a whole new BlazBlue game. Mori's been off doing his own thing. I actually checked up on the company that he founded, and they haven't really had anything to say for the past 2 years. And considering that he left Arc System Works like 4 years ago, it's a complete unknown if he's going to give them his blessing in order to do anything BlazBlue related. I don't know. It's all a very strange situation. My personal hope, the thing that I am praying for, is that Ragnar finally makes it into Strive. I miss him so much. Like, oh my god, it's so fucked up, dude. I miss him so much. And in my heart, I really hope that he would come back. though I highly doubt we're going to get a full BlazBlue fighting game anytime soon. Maybe we'll get another spin-off like Entropy Effect, especially considering how well it did, and how ArkSys is trying to shift sort of into a single and double A sort of marketing game development thing. It's very weird, but Demon and Baby, hey, the demo was fun, so I'll take it. But we shall see. Also, there will absolutely be Demon and Baby news at the Ark World Tour. You cannot escape it. So that's just about everything. If there's anything you think I missed, please let me know in the comment section below. And while you're down there, why don't you subscribe for more ArkSys news? I have a really fun thing to announce soon. I've been given vague details on something that's happening, and I'm very excited to share it with you guys once it's more solidified. But for now, come over to the Twitch, and we'll be watching all the Marvel stuff, and then playing a little bit of Ultra Kill. It's going to be fun. It's going to be sick. It's going to be awesome. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!